Guys, I've always believed that whenever we declare an important goal for ourselves, almost immediately, sort of like the universe will come and test you. It's gonna come and test your commitments. It's gonna come and test your will. Uh, it doesn't make that much logical sense, but to me, I've seen it as a recurring pattern for myself in my life, as well as I think many of the successful people, at least most of the successful people that I have ever met. And during those moments, it is really up to us whether we are able to push through or not. And this week is one of those moments. So I would, in terms of severity, it wouldn't be that great. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm going to tell you the story a little bit, but basically, this is one of those moments. So I don't really feel like making this video right now. I'm really exhausted. Um, but at the start of this year, I made a commitment. And the commitment was that I'm going to push 2 videos a week. I'm going to figure out a systemized way of making those videos happen. And so this is my second video of the week. It would be so easy for me to just turn off the camera and just go to bed, because that's how tired I am right now. But I'm going to show up. I'm going to push on. So think of this as my personal blog, document in public, build in public video of the status of Neo. And basically this week, at the start of this week on Monday, I did the launch for Archetype. Actually, I launched it 2 weeks ago, but I did the whole unveiling call on Monday. It was a disaster. So the reason why it was a disaster was 2 reasons. The first reason was that the app stopped working. It's not like there is a bug. It completely stopped working on the minute that the call started. So for those of you who do not know, I unveiled the archetype feature for Neo. And Neo is basically your thinking partner. I built Neo as a cognitive partner. I built archetypes are to Neo what custom GPTs are to ChatGPT and what gems are to Gemini. So the whole point of like having not just a thinking cognitive partner, but also to allow you to do actual real work. And then I know that there are a lot of like options out there. I know, but I honestly think that none of the options actually fit my needs. So I had to build one for myself and my clients. And I decided to think big, right? I decided to build something that I think will serve a lot of people. And so I did. I've been in the trenches building it for the past 30 days. I had the idea in January last year, 2025, and God knows why I didn't start it earlier. I thought I didn't trust my own wings enough to do it earlier. But anyway, for the past 30 days, no, not 30 days, for the past 40 days, I've been thick in building Neo. And on Monday, it was supposed to be the unveiling call. So I did the call. And what happened was about an hour prior to the call, I saw one tiny little bug in terms of the UI. And I decided to go and debug it. I thought to myself, hey, I got AI. Go and debug it. And decided to deploy it. And before I had the AI make the changes, it was working. There were some bugs, but it was working. And after the AI made certain changes, certain things crash. That's kind of like the gamble of working with AI. Is like sometimes because the AI doesn't have memory, every time it refreshes its context. So documentation and context management has to be on point. And when some things are missing, the AI forgets that it built certain things certain way. And when you ask it to change this one, and because it forgets about the other architecture, it changed certain dependencies and it doesn't remember. Okay. So I was building this through Replit, and I deployed it. And on the minute that the call started at 8 p.m. Monday, the entire app crashed. Wasn't able to get it. I wasn't able to demonstrate anything whatsoever. I was able to demonstrate something, but it wasn't much. So that was like one major disaster. So I in my heart, it's like one of those moments, like, you know how Elon Musk, when he was unveiling the Cybertruck, and he said, okay, this window is bulletproof, and he went and swing a baseball bat at it and immediately shatter. That was how it was for me. Granted, it's not such a big project, but to me, that's kind of like how it was. I guess it's training wheels, I guess, for when there are further disasters in the future. Anyway, that's one problem. One shit show went wrong. And another thing was, I was wondering, like, why are there only 3 people in attendance? I was like, what the fuck? There are so many, like, there are so many buyers, right? And so few of the buyers actually made it to the call. And it wasn't until after the call where I started to see that my message inbox blew up, and I didn't attach the Zoom call link into the welcome email. Because I was so thick into the deployment. I was like so busy with stuff, debugging shit, that when I'm setting up the welcome sequence, I didn't even put the email zooming in. On hindsight, that's kind of like a blessing in disguise, because imagine if there were like more people. Imagine if there were 20, 30 people in the room, and then this happened. It would be even more embarrassing. So as it stands, immediately after the call was supposed to last 1 hour. I explained how things work, and I think within 30 minutes, I wrap it up already. I said, guys, sorry, I'm sorry, like, this isn't working. I apologize to everyone. I just got the debugging, and I worked all the way until like early in the morning, and it wasn't really fixed yet, but I continued working on it, and eventually I finally managed to get it working. And then, but for some reason, I don't know what the AI changed. Like, the more we debug, the more when the more issues started to appear. Maybe it's because of the change, or maybe it's because it has always been there, but we never rediscover it. I don't know. But the point being is, for the next 48 hours, I was like in debug marathon, So it's like just one thing after another. I had very, very little sleep. And after that, I deployed, I sent an email out. I announced that it's working again. I shot another video. I wasn't able to shoot another video. I was so exhausted. I waited until, I think, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think about Thursday afternoon, before I shot a new video introducing how things work. And that was basically the last email. Holy shit, it was on Friday. Oh, no, it was on Thursday. I managed to post it up on Friday, 1 a.m. So yeah, worked all the way through up to Thursday. And I found some other bugs, but I'm glad to see that the entire 3-agent pipeline for my archetypes finally worked. By the way, Neo's archetype is on a completely different level than the custom GPT. Much more complicated, much more sophisticated, sure, but also much more complicated. I don't like complicated. I like it simple. But for the purpose of what I'm doing, it has to be this complicated, unfortunately. So it is also part of the reason why certain things broke. So there was like, building this felt like building another Neo altogether, but managed to get it done, shipped it, and then some other bugs came about. Like, it started producing articles again, but the artifacts stopped working. A lot of the markdowns didn't save. When users needed to edit. Like, in my artifact, the way is different. Is that like in Claude, you create an artifact, but you can't edit the artifact. I wanted mine to be able to edit the artifact so that you can ship the offer dog the content directly and immediately. You don't have to, copy and paste here and there. That was kind of like my own personal improvement to it, and it did work. So, like, spent the entire of Thursday and almost all of Friday just fixing the artifact. And then Friday night, a client came in, and I was demonstrating something and discovered another bug, which is the vault and loadout thing wasn't working as well. Certain bugs, and I've been debugging that all the way until today. So finally this morning it started working. I deployed again. And today is basically like the first time in the entire week I was able to actually get some sleep. Or rather, should I say like get enough sleep. Like a good solid 8 hours of sleep. Actually, it wasn't even 8 hours. Like I think it's like 7.5. It's kind of funny, like the way ever since I've been working on Neo, it's like my body has been trained to need less sleep for some reason. I'm sleeping a lot less than I used to be. So this morning came up and got certain much needed rest. And after I gotten the rest, just spent the whole day kind of reflecting, kind of thinking, did a little bit more, like a little bit more touch ups, certain known issues. And by the way, glad to say that with my latest deployment this afternoon, Neo is now mobile friendly, so you are able to go on Neo and see it looks really nice on mobile. Just trust me on it. So go and have fun with it if you want, if you will. Yeah, that's kind of like how my week went. It was really, really, really exhausting. All the AI bros would be like, hey, you know what? I got this app done overnight. With AI, so you can vibe code your way to everything. Oh my God. It's not easy at all, guys. What the hell are those AI bros talking about? It's not easy at all. It's fucking hard. Okay? Okay. So anyway, I suffer through this so you don't have to. Yeah, well, once all the archetype is out in phase 3, you guys can just build your own archetypes without having to go through this whole shit that I went through. Anyway, I learned a very important lesson, I guess. And well, a lot of the things aren't actually avoidable. I think it's just growing pains. But I think the whole thing about Monday is totally and fully preventable by just creating like a hard gate towards. I was having a conversation with my AI coach about it just now. And basically, it's like, where is it? The hard freeze. So no deployment within 24 hours of a live event, like no more deployment. So if a bug is found on launch day, it stays. That's kind of like my commitment. I'm just gonna. It's much more easier to manage a known bug than gamble on an unknown break, because you deploy it, you fix this one time, but something else may break. You know, so that's kind of like my lesson for myself. I hope you guys, I don't know if you guys got some value out of it. If you guys got some value out of it, drop a comment. And if you want to enrich, that's me this week. Got nothing else left to say. If you want to keep up with my journey building Neo, like and subscribe. All right, guys. I will come back in the next video with further exciting new updates. Today is just me unloading, I guess. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.